Sometimes what the boss gets isn't what the boss wants. Hey, I am Chuck the Bureaucrat, and recently I posted a video where I talked about the fact that colonels get coffee for generals in the Pentagon, and the strange reason that that's true. But some of the comments that you guys left reminded me of a joke that might be relevant here. Once upon a time, there's some Navy captain. He's out at sea, and in the morning he likes to enjoy a hot cup of coffee standing on the bridge. But there's one small problem. In order for somebody to bring him that cup of coffee, they have to climb a ladder. And of course, when they've got a hot cup of coffee and they're climbing a ladder, they're kind of doing it one-handed. And a lot of coffee gets spilled, so that by the time the captain has his cup of hot, fresh coffee, it's really only half filled. Of course, the captain doesn't really like it, and he complains about it constantly until they get this new ensign fresh out of Annapolis. This guy immediately starts bringing the captain his cup of coffee every morning. And what makes this special is that that cup of coffee is filled to the top. Of course, that thrills the captain, and weeks go by just like this, with the happy captain drinking his cup of fresh coffee. Well, after a while, one of the chief petty officers kind of gets curious. So he asks the ensign, "Hey, how are you getting the coffee to the top of the ladder without spilling any?" And the ensign says, "Oh, that's really easy. When I get to the bottom of the ladder, I just take a huge mouthful of coffee, and then I climb the ladder and spit it back into the cup and give it to the captain." Well, that's the joke, but that's also kind of the reality in a lot of cases when the boss asks for something that's unreasonable. By the time he finally gets it, what he gets isn't exactly what he wanted, although he might not be aware of that. So I'm kind of curious if you guys have had any similar situations where the boss asked for one thing and he got it, but he certainly didn't get what he was expecting.